I'm here with Melissa Pluckelman and learn a little bit more about the individual activities here at this rescue area. Melissa, we're looking at a tractor to upside down. I don't think we can till a lot of soil with this.
That's absolutely right. But what we're trying to show here is that if you fold your ROPS down, or if you don't have a ROPS on your tractor, when you roll over, you only have a 3% chance to survive. But with that ROPS up and a seatbelt on, you are 99% likely to survive that rollover, and that's what we're trying to show here.
Well, that is fascinating and great on statistics. Let's keep going through the line and see what else we're learning here. Now, Melissa, I'm familiar with agriculture, and I am familiarizing myself this with a PTO shaft. What is some of the safety concerns with PTO shafts?
Yeah, a PTO is a power takeoff. So when we want an implement like the spreader behind us to work, we turn on the PTO in the tractor. And what that does is it spins this PTO shaft right here that you're seeing on the table. And when that starts to spin, it runs your implement. But also, some farmers get a little bit too close. And if you have anything hanging on you, if you have strings, long hair, whatever, baggy clothes, you can catch that right in there and it'll wrap you right up. It's going about 540 rounds per minute at kind of its slowest speed. So you can imagine how fast you can get wrapped up in something like that. People lose arms, legs, and lives when they get too close to those and they're not being careful around them.
So what is your safety recommendation?
Our safety message is that you always have to have a shield on every PTO. Make sure that it's working before you use your implement every single time. But our other thing is the only time it should be on is when you're in the tractor and when you're running those controls. If something goes wrong and your implement is not working, you don't get out and check the PTO while it's still running. Shut everything off first, get out and figure out what's going wrong with that. The other thing that we talk a lot about is not all youth are ready to work with big implements. They don't know how far away to stay. They don't always know to tie their hair back or wear the proper clothing. So we say that, make sure that that child or that youth is at an age-appropriate level before he starts working with implements that have PTOs on them.
So the key message there is when you're on the tractor, PTO on. When you're off the tractor, PTO off. Let's take a look at the next exhibit here. Melissa, being in rural Wisconsin, we see a lot of farms that have grain incidences. What do we have here behind us?
What we have right here is we have a mock grain bin, and what we're doing is we're having a trained person, actually get in that grain bin and get engulfed with grain up to their hip. And what we talk about is at that point, it's 500 pounds of pressure to be able to get out. So if you would just hook onto them with some kind of harness and pull them out, you could literally rip them in half. So it's really easy to get engulfed in grain when you go inside that grain bin, but there is a way to get people back out. And our fire departments are explaining and demoing that rescue to us. Although we do tell farmers, while we can get you out when you're up to your waist, don't get in at all, because in seconds you can be all the way up to your neck or even completely covered. And at that point, a rescue is sometimes not a possibility.
Well, that is definitely some critical information, and I got to think in a time of emergency that sometimes always doesn't come to light. Now, Melissa, there's two dummies in this frame. One of them is me, and the other one is under a tractor here. One thing about this safety area is we're not even talking about safety, we're also talking about rescue. Is this a rescue demonstration?
This is a rescue demonstration right here. With this tractor, we are showing if a tractor rolls over without that rollover protection bar, like I said before, you're 3% likely to survive. Well, they've also done research to see where is it most likely that the person is going to land under the tractor, and that's what they've done here. And now they will come and they'll actually show how they can get that person out from underneath that tractor if this were to happen. And again, we talk about prevention is key, because once you're to this point, we're not promising that you're going to be able to walk away, but we are promising that we'll get rescue squads out there as fast as possible that are trained to get that person out from underneath that tractor and make sure that they're in the best condition that they can possibly be in after the fact.
Stop into any of our locations at Auburndale, Marshfield, Withee, Greenwood, Roselleville, Stevens Point, and Wisconsin Rapids, and talk to our friendly personal bankers who are here to help you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Now, we're obviously at Farm Technology Days in Wood County, and safety goes way beyond our borders here. Is there any online resources or any ways that those that are watching that didn't make it to the show that can learn about some of these safety practices?
Yes, most definitely. One of the key areas for rollover bars is to either call 1-877-ROPS-R4U or go to the website www.ROPS-R, the letter R, the number 4, U, the letter U, sorry, ROPSR4U.com, and actually we will pay 70% if you'll put a rollover bar on your tractor. The other really great website that we have is www.cultivatesafety.org.
Now, I know you guys celebrated a milestone this last year. What is the number of ROPS that you guys have installed here in the United States?
In Wisconsin alone, we've done over 200, and we hit that marker about January of this year. But now we're up to almost 230, so we've really been doing a great job this year.
So if you guys are at Farm Technology Days and you're paying attention to some of the safety and rescue information that's taking place here at this exhibit, definitely check out those websites. They're going to be great information tools for you. I'm Brandon Boner for On Focus, and we'll see you next time.